friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica, and in today's video I am bringing you another episode of Fab Five. Now when I initially started doing this, I was doing it solo, and then my dear friend Jan Van, I'll link her channel in my description box, she thought it was really cool, and she's like, I really want to do this, but I don't want to steal your thunder. And I'm like, there's no thunder to steal. If you want to do this, go for it. So then we decided to do it as a collab last month. And then I said, why don't we just continue to do this every month together as a collab? And she was all in. And I was like, yes! So the premise of this video is that we randomly select 5 palettes out of our collection. I have a random generator app thingy on my phone. And then out of those 5 palettes, we randomly choose 1 shade out of each palette. Now, the only rules that I have is that if the shades are too similar, I will keep generating until I get 5 unique shades. Like if I don't want to have 2 black mattes or 2 pink mattes or 2 gold shimmers, you know, I want each shade to be different. Now, I will tell you that the last couple episodes, I've gotten myself into a hot mess because I haven't really loved the shades and they've been very different. And I'm like, the looks turned out okay at the end, I guess, but not my faves. Janny's look last time was amazing. I wanted her shadows and then she wanted the ones I chose. So funny. And then of course I have, I think 10 random questions for us to answer. Okay. So I do have my notebook here with my palettes. I have my other phone with my random generator app on it. I have 199 palettes. After my declutter, I had over 250, I think. Okay, so generate. See what the first palette is. Number 56, and I will show you that it's number 56. I don't want to be accused of cheating. Number 56 is the Glam Light Blue Icy palette. Okay, wowza. Then we have 20. Okay, that's the BH Bubblegum palette. I knew this was gonna happen. And those are basically the same exact color stories. So I'm gonna generate again. I mean, I could, because should I just do it? But what if I get the same I'm sorry, I know maybe this is cheating, but those are the same exact color stories. And the probability of me generating similar shades out of each is very high. Okay, plus I just used the bubblegum not very long ago, right? I think. 28, okay. 28 is the Blueberry Muffin, BH Cosmetics Blueberry Muffin, which is, but still different tones. So I will use that too. What if I get an all blue? God. Okay. 142. This is the third palette now. 142. That is the W7 My Atlantis palette. Okay. If I choose that greasy shade out of that, I'm going to be so irritated. 80. Okay, this is the 4th palette. That's 80, which is Ladybug Glow Castle of Horror. Yeah, baby. Woohoo! Yes, okay, that is awesome. Now for the last palette, 20. Didn't I already do that? Yeah. Jeez, come on, phone. 45. I mean, that's so weird. There's 199 numbers and you select the same, or, you know, anyway. And that is the ColourPop It's My Pleasure. Okay, so I'm gonna go round up the palettes and then I will randomly choose 1 shade out of each palette. Okay, I have gotten all the palettes and now I'm going to select a shade out of each. Are we ready? So I'm gonna start off with the W7 My Atlantis palette. And there is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 18 shades. Okay, so let me change this to 18. Done. Generate. 2, 1, 2. Okay, that is Speculate. Okay, that's a nice deep kind of burgundy shade. I do though want to write down what I'm going to be using, just because I'm concerned I might forget. So hang tight just a second here. Okay, so W7 Speculate. Okay, perfect. Now let's go to the second palette, which is It's My Pleasure. And there are 9 pans in this beauty. So 9, okay, obviously. And if I get all shimmers or all mattes, doesn't matter. So, but I'm glad I have 1 matte so far, because the last time I did a palette bingo, I had all shimmers. Okay, 9, 6, 1, 2, 6 right here. And that is Chick Chicklet. Okay, cool. I like that a lot. Love it, actually. This is going to be a really fun look. I finally feel like I've gotten myself, like, you know, some good cohesive shades, because the last couple times I'm like, what the hell's going on around here? Okay, let me move these over here for just a second now. Too much crap on my desk. Okay, Castle of Horrors, or Castle of Horror, not horrors, horror, from Ladybug Glow. This is also 9 pans, so let's generate. 1, that is Vortex. Okay, yes. I'm a little annoyed that I didn't get this, but you know, I do like the Vortex shade. So, okay, so 2 mattes, 1 shimmer, and the mattes are really dark. Okay, then we have the Glam Light Icy palette, or Blue Raspberry Icy palette. Okay, and this is 12. Okay, so 12, done. Generate. 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. Okay, that is Refresh. That's a nice dark blue shimmer. Okay, Icy, and that's Refresh. Okay, alrighty. Come on, pin lid, get on there. Okay, then we have the Blueberry Muffin from BH Cosmetics, and that is 16. Okay, right? Yeah. Okay, I want a lighter matte. That would be great. 2, 1, 2. Oh yeah, that's not bad. That is Cheat Day. Okay, that will work. Okay, BH and then Cheat Day. Okay, so I've got, why don't I swatch the shades for you so you can see the color story that I'm working with. Hang tight. So here is the color story swatched out for you. I know I do a horrible job. It's always wonky and uneven and weird looking. That's why I don't swatch often. Okay, so let me tell you what shades these are. This is Cheat Day from the Blueberry Muffin palette. This is Refresh from the Blue Raspberry, Vortex from Castle of Horror. This is Chicklet from It's My Pleasure, and then Speculate from the My Atlantis palette. The only shade that I'm kind of like, is this one, because it's more brown. I thought it was more burgundy, but you know, it'll be fine. I might pop this on my lower lash lines. I think I know what I'm gonna do. I really do, pretty sure. So this is a really awesome color story, I think. The best one I've gotten, I would say, so far. Except for the very first one was pretty good too. What do you think? Do you think I can do this? I think I can do this. So what I'll do is go off camera. I will do my brows in the Control Freak Clear Brow Gel from NYX, and I'll prime both lids with the Juvia's Place Prep Prime Eyeshadow Primer. I will do both lids on camera today and answer the questions. I'm super excited to see what Janny got. And she is filming this also as we speak, as I speak. So everything's ready to rock and roll. Got my eyelids primed, my brows are done, and I'm gonna dive into the eye look now, and then of course answer the questions. So what I thought I would do is start off with the Castle of Horror palette in collaboration with Blairdale MUA, Ladybug Glow. And I'm gonna go into Vortex, and I'm gonna put that in my outer area, outer V area, with my Rephr 13 brush that Janny Boo gave me. Okay, number 1, do you feel older or younger than your age? Why? Well, mentally, I feel younger than my age, and physically, on occasion, I feel older than my age. I'm 50, and because I've had 4 back surgeries, I don't always feel that great physically. You know, like my back will get really sore, or more difficult is my sciatic nerve will flare up, because that's really the main reason why I had the back surgeries. It wasn't necessarily from back pain. I mean, it was, but primarily it was sciatic nerve pain, because what happened was that my discs would herniate and they would smash into my sciatic nerve root, and then my leg would just be, you know, a mess, and it would hurt so bad, so bad. And so there are times if I stand too long or sit too long, more so because I sit at a desk all day long, it just starts to oh, my leg, it's just awful. Not as bad as it did when I had my surgeries, or, you know, that led up to my surgeries, no, because if that were the case, but yeah, so it makes me feel older than my age sometimes because I can't move around as well as I used to. I will wake up just because I slept, you know. I'll wake up and my body is all stiff and sore and just from sleeping, you know. Lots of times when I go from sitting to standing, it's really difficult. So yeah, I do. I feel a lot older than my age physically. Not all the time, but I do quite often. Number 2, if you could only listen to one music genre, what would it be? And I came up with these questions. I always do this to myself. I ask really hard questions of myself and of my collab partner, of course. Geez. I can tell you one I would not choose is country music, which I don't hate country music. It's just not my favorite. And I prefer like old school country versus the newer stuff. I feel like the newer stuff, everyone sounds exactly the same. I'm like, who the hell even is this? You know, because everybody sounds the same. I would say probably, I don't know, this is really tough because I love like soul, R&B, rock, classic rock, some metal, hip hop, rap, dance music, club music, you know, I love all of it really. Alternative, emo, new wave, shit, I don't know if I could choose one. I don't know. That's really hard. I don't know why I even asked this question, but okay, if I have to answer it, because I kind of do, right? I have to answer the question. I would say, gosh, I'm going to say like, is 70s music a genre? Or is that just like a category of a genre? I don't know. I'm going to say like 70s rock, I guess, because I'll tell you why. There's so much of that music that reminds me of my mom, and I have so many fond memories of a lot of that music. So that's what I would have to go with. I don't know if that's really a genre, but that's what I am going to choose because I just feel like I have to do that. This is going to look really weird because I can't really get them both even on both eyes, and it's going to look kind of funky, but what I'm going to do is take the blueberry muffin shade and bring it out here a little bit. So that's why I don't want to drag this blue shade all the way over here because I think it's going to make it too messy. So I'm just going to, this is going to look weird. It is. But just trust the process, folks, right? Just trust the process. Okay, I'm going to leave it like that for now. Now I'm going to go around the edge of that with the shade out of the blueberry muffin palette. This one here called Cheat Day. Let me grab a brush. Number 3, if you could choose any fictional character to be your roommate, who would it be and why? Who would it be and why? Gosh. Oh, I know. Melissa McCarthy from the movie Heat. I can't remember what her name is in that movie, but I loved her. She was kind of a slob. That would drive me nuts, but she's so damn funny. And I would just think it was great. We would work on having her clean her mess up. That's what we would work on as roommates. I would really work on that with her because I remember seeing her apartment in that movie and going, holy crap. But if we could get her to clean up, you know, I mean, it's a fictional character, of course. So I know this isn't real, obviously. But if I get that person that character to clean up her mess, I think we'd do really well. And she's so damn funny. I love her. Melissa McCarthy is one of my favorite actresses and comedians. She's just so great. Love. So yeah, I would say that for sure. Number 4, if you could be the voice of a classic cartoon character, who would it be? Classic cartoon character, huh? Well, here's the thing. I can talk like Alvin and the Chipmunks. I don't know that anybody wants me to do that in a video, but yeah, I can do that. So probably Alvin and the Chipmunks, because I feel like I could, you know, one of them, I could mimic that voice. So yeah, absolutely, I would want to be one of the Chipmunks. If I could think of anything else, classic cartoon character, huh? Woody Woodpecker would be kind of fun too, although he's really obnoxious. But I used to be able to do his laugh. But I have to do it kind of loud, and might be a little much for the video. Number 5, what is a movie you dislike but most people love? Titanic. I do not like the movie Titanic. I never have. I've never even actually watched the whole thing. I don't know why. I just think it's dumb. I just think it's dumb. I don't like their love story for some. I know. I love, well, I don't love Leonardo DiCaprio, really. I mean, I have loved him in the past, but I don't know. I don't have anything against him. I just am like, eh. I love Kate Winslet. Absolutely love her. It's one of my husband's absolute favorite movies. He's watched Titanic so many times. He loves it, and he thinks I'm such a weirdo that I don't love it, but I just don't. I don't know. And honestly, I used to not like The Notebook either, but I do like it now. I don't know why. I just thought it was kind of dumb and dorky, and I didn't really like it. But now I do. I like it a lot. I think it's a great movie. And, you know, maybe if I watch Titanic again, I will like it, but I don't think so. It's just yuck. Okay, I'm going to go back in with this brush and just kind of blend just really nicely around the edge here of the shade, and hopes that that will jive better with that. I think this is looking great though. I really like it. I'm probably going to have to cheat and use my e.l.f. contour palette because you know me. I like to have it soft on the outer edge there. Number 6, what topic or subject do you think you know more about than most other people? True crime. Like various true crime cases, because I've, you know, been so interested in true crime for so long, and I've read so many books and I've watched so many documentaries. I would say that true crime stuff for sure, which probably sounds very morbid and bizarre, but I do feel like I know a lot about true crime. Not everything, but a lot about it. And that my husband's always like, that is weird. I don't know why you're so into true crime. I'm like, I don't know either. I mean, I do think I know a lot about mothering and stuff, but more than the next person does. I don't know. And that's relative. Because I think, you know, all of us moms, we have different kids, you know what I mean? So what works for one kid is not going to work for another sometimes. So I really can't, I don't think that. And I don't know more than anyone else does about makeup, so I'm not going to say that. Okay, I think this looks great. I'm gonna, when I go off camera, I will probably tweak that a little bit more, but I want to move on because, you know, got to get through the video. Let's see. Number 7, what was your favorite subject in school? Let me think about that for a second. I'm going to go into Chick Lit and put that right here. Need to grab another brush. My favorite subject in school is probably like English Lit. My initial plan when I went to college was I wanted to be a high school English teacher and like teach Greek and Roman mythology because I was super into that. And I used to know a lot more about that than most people, but I just haven't studied it in so long, and I didn't retain a lot of the information, so I can't really answer that other question like this. Anyway, that's what I thought I was going to do, and then I had a horrible, horrible English Lit teacher, and I already talked about it, who was flunking female students because he didn't like female students. I mean, just a jackass. He got fired. Then he was like the head of the English department, actually, and then the replacement was having an affair with one of the students. So I was like, okay. So I went into psychology instead, which I was really glad that I did that. But I just was so enamored. I've always been enamored with literature, you know. And the cool thing is I had the best lit teacher in high school. His name was Mr. Burgess, and I'm sure he's passed away, which is very sad because he was just awesome, you know, just awesome. He taught things in a really amazing way, and you know, Shakespeare and Faust and Goethe and all these like gosh, I mean, tons authors can write in a way that it's hard to understand. You know, you're like, what the hell did I even just read? And he was so good about breaking it down for us so that we could understand what we were reading. And also what he would do, which I loved, is that he would bring in audio tapes of like various plays, like Shakespearean plays and things like that, and he would play it for us, and we'd follow along in the book, and it was the coolest. I remember Othello was a book that we were reading, and the play was so well acted, and it was just the audio. We couldn't see it, but we could hear the voices, and man, that was awesome. Just thinking about that gives me the chills. It was so cool. Okay, I am pretty much done with this shade for now. Just trying to kind of like, probably going with my finger a little bit. Oh, I love that. This is gonna be a very dark look, very dark. Okay, now I'm gonna go into the Icy palette, and I'm gonna go into Refresh and put that towards the front of the lid. And I think I will just continue to use the same brush. I'm gonna grab my little color switch. Let's see, number 8. What's your favorite memory of your collab partner? My Jenny Boo. I have so many good memories of Jenny. My favorite? I mean, I would probably say like anytime she talks about her grandkids, you know, like I can see the love for them in her face, her eyes, her voice, and hear it in her voice. Just so wonderful. And I remember, I have a favorite memory. I remember one time she sent us a little snippet of her granddaughter, Herbie. Herbie was, I can't remember exactly what she was doing, but Janny was like, you know, like, oh, Herbie, you're doing such a great job. You're so awesome. You're so wonderful. You're so smart. You're so this, you're so that, you know. And I just was like, that is so awesome, you know, to hear that kind of, you know, reinforced encouragement from an adult to a child is so amazing. And the way she was talking to Herbie was so, I'm gonna cry, so I'm gonna try to not cry, was so loving and wonderful. And that's just the type of person Jen is, you know. And I know that, of course I know that. It's just really cool to like see it in action, you know. And I treasure that, seeing that. And I'm pretty sure I still have that saved on my phone. I'm positive I do. I haven't watched it in a while, but it was really neat. So that's my favorite memory of Janny. I'm gonna go in with my finger over that and kind of, this is really a dark look. And I kind of wish I put the blue here and the purple towards the front, but I didn't, so it's okay. And probably what I'll do too is use a really bright highlighter in the inner corner. And I do have quite a bit of fallout, but anyway. Number 9 is, what spice do you despise? I don't know if fennel is a spice, but I cannot eat fennel. Fennel is so gross to me. It's just got the most disgusting flavor. I don't know if that's a spice. I don't always love curry. It depends. I have eaten curry and really loved it. And then there's been other times where it's just, I don't know what it was mixed with. I was like, not my favorite combination. Too much spice of anything though, I don't love. Like I like a little bit of spice, but I don't like a ton of spice. You know what I mean? Like oregano or, I don't know, garlic or cinnamon. Well, cinnamon I could have a lot of and be okay with. But like, I just don't like it doused in spice, my food that I'm eating. I like to be able to taste the food and not just the spice. So I'm not, you know, I do cook with spices, yes, but I'm not like drowning my food in spice. I can't do that. I'm gonna go back in with this shade here and go in with my finger and kind of plop it on here so it kind of meshes a little bit more better together. And then the last question is number 10. Would you rather meet your past ancestors or your future descendants? Oh, I forgot about this question. Oh man, that is tough. I don't know. I honestly feel like I'd rather meet my past ancestors, you know, like I really want to do the, what is it, 23andMe, I think it's called, where you can find out all about your ancestors. My uncle did a lot of digging into our family tree several years ago and found out that we had a I don't know, great, somewhere, that's too many greats. I can't remember how many greats it was, uncle. His name was Sigmund, and he was in Germany. And he was actually booted out of Germany for supporting Jewish people. And was like threatened with his life, basically, and was like, you better get out of here. So he and my aunt, great, whatever, Aunt Isabella is her name. She was from Spain. I'm gonna put this here and go like this. they came to America, and he actually worked with Abraham Lincoln to help abolish slavery. I cannot remember his last name. So, I mean, this was before Hitler and all that shit. So, but I mean, there was still that attitude in Germany even back during this time. Just horrible. And the interesting thing too is that my husband, his great whatever grandfather is Edgerton, I can't remember, who helped track down Lincoln's assassinator. Yes. Right? I don't know. I can't remember the whole, I'm so horrible. I'm sorry, you guys. But anyway, so we were thinking, what if my great whatever uncle knew his grandfather somehow? I don't know. Wouldn't that be weird? I'm going to go back in with this brush. So yeah, I just would really like to go back in time and meet my past ancestors, you know. And also I have a lot of ancestors from Czechoslovakia, and I've always really wanted to go to Czechoslovakia. I think that would be so awesome to do that. So yeah, but I would also really love to meet my future descendants, you know, like Wesley, if Wesley were to have a child. I mean, hopefully I'm around when that happens. I don't think so, but who knows? I mean, and then that child's child, and on, you know, that would be really cool too. So I think either or would be really freaking cool. But I really feel that like going back in time and meeting my past ancestors would be badass, just to really see like, where do I come from exactly? You know, hopefully most of the people were on the up and up and not, you know, horrible, awful individuals, I would hope. What I know so far, or what I've found out so far that my uncle unearthed was pretty good, you know, but I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I do like it. I think it's really a pretty look, and it's very deep and dark, but I do want to use my e.l.f. contour palette. I know it's cheating, but I am going to just go around very lightly around the edge of that, just to make it a little softer. And I'm going to clean up my fallout and get my inner corners not looking quite so crazy. Do the rest of my face, and I will come back. So this, of course, is my finished look. And I think out of the episodes I've done so far of Fab Five, if I could talk, that'd be excellent. This is my favorite. At first I thought it was too dark, but I really love it. I love it. And I think out of all the random shades I've chosen thus far, this combination just really made me happy. So let me show you what I have on my face, all of the stuff, and then I'll review the eyeshadows with you. Okay, so I did use my Maybelline New York Fit Me Matte and Poreless Primer. Used these two base products, the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator in medium, and the Maybelline New York Dream BB Fresh BB Cream in medium. Mouthful. Then I used my CoverGirl Clean Professional Loose Setting Powder in translucent over the top of that. For my bronzer, I used the Ciate Bamboo Bronzer in Palm Island. For my blush, I used the Blame It on the Blush palette from Made by Mitchell. I used this shade here, Night and Right. I just thought the purple blush would look nice with the purple-ish eyeshadows. Or they're not purple-ish, they're very purple eyeshadow. You know what I mean? Purplish look. I don't know. Then on my lips, I used a liquid lipstick from Menagerie Cosmetics in the shade Luna. Love this shade. And then I used this for my upper lid liner, the Jolie Beauty Water Activated Liner Set. I used this shade here, this purple shade. I just thought that would work the best. I thought about using this shade, the darker purple, and then I even thought about using the blue. But I just really wanted it to pop as well as it could, so I used that shade, and I love this. This is really fun. I'm getting more used to how to use it and how much water to use and what brush and all that kind of stuff. And then for my mascara, the Maybelline New York Sky High, of course. Then in my inner corners and also under my brow bone, or under my brows, on my brow bone, I used the Aurora Glow Kit from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I used the shade Luna. Luna on my lips and Luna on my eyes. I just wanted to zhuzh it up just a little bit. So that might be cheating that I put it, but I don't care. I think it looks really pretty. And of course, where is it? Oh, right here. I did use my e.l.f. contour palette, just a little bit of this shade. If I can open it, this shade around the outer edge. I just think it looks nice. I just do. It's just kind of my go-to. Okay, now I did use the My Atlantis shade that I generated, this one here, on my lower lash lines, and I didn't like it because it's very brown. I don't know. When I look at it here, it looks burgundy, but on my lids, it's brown. And I thought, I don't want brown. Just thought it looked funky. So I really did a lot of disguising of that shade with the shade out of the Blueberry Muffin palette, the shade here. That just kind of helped tone the brown down a little bit. And I like it. I like how it looks. Love the shade here out of the Castle of Horror palette, Vortex. God, that's nice. So pigmented and deep and rich and gorgeous. Love the shadow that or the shimmer I use out of It's My Pleasure. So pretty. Although I do kind of wish I put the purple towards the front and put this blue shade towards the back. Would that have mattered? Maybe not. But if I could do it again, that's what I would do. I don't know why, really. I just feel like it would look nicer. But yeah, really enjoyed all the shadows I used for this look. I cannot wait to see the palettes Jan chose, the shades out of each palette, and of course, listen to her answers. It's so fun to do this now with Janny. So fun. I love that we had the wherewithal to figure out that we needed to do this together. It's a must. We have to do this together. So make sure, if you have yet to go to Jan's channel and subscribe, go do so. Show her a ton of love and support, and I'm really looking forward to our future episodes of Fab Five. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your lives to sit down and watch this video. If you're new here and you enjoyed what you saw, please consider subscribing, smash the like button, and of course, comment down below in the comment section. I love to chat with you guys there. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I cannot wait to see you guys again in my next video, but in the meantime, please take very good care of yourself, be well, safe, happy, and I will see you soon. Bye!
Drop it.